social media. Her handle Prima Jess is where she frequently posts updates and has around 35,000 followers. Jessica had her son in 2018 and recently got married in November 2024. Congratulations, where she's a mom influencer. Janelle's Instagram handle, however, doesn't seem to pop up for me. It seems like it might be deactivated. So I couldn't really get as much information directly from her. But in November 2023, the girls did their very first sit-down interview in a long time.
I made an account.
And they clarified that they don't own anything.
Truthfully, being honest, when I first started, I like
they didn't realize their impact,
the editing and doing all of that. I do not care for it now.
It was the most important thing that they made an impact.
It's lazy. It's really lazy. I kind of need it.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
But
my director is busy.
They had an active shop at Shop.
I can be heard
Where they sold merch in reference to music, which she loves up makeup, eyeshadow, palettes, and lip glosses, stickers, etc. And they're definitely
not shying away from that portion of their lives, right?
They're not trying to be relevant, but they're making a bag off of it. In January 2024, they posted, we're available for features in January through February, and leave them up if you're interested. However, this was the last post on the page. So that leads me to wonder if they ever had slight design of these and even make music if the cards were right. Could it be a world that the day they come back? We're not going to say it's never going to happen, but we want to see the right time and the right opportunity. I'm not saying I'm a proponent of their comeback or not, but their only body of work was released in 2008, so I have no clue what their musical identity or direction is. And a reproduction from that time period may have been used too. But also sometimes it's good to be a good thing. And they both solidified that they're in their music era and that music has to be
It's actually not a bad setup, but I do have to get a new iPhone. Because that's not here on my iPhone unless I feature it. And it's a working iPhone, so you know, like companies is like the new model of the working iPhone. If you know, you know. It's like a working iPhone. And I got it like 5 years ago, so I definitely need a new thing. But I text my director. Hopefully he hop on so he can see if he can hear the background noise. People cutting off the thing. I don't know what they got going. But we be moving, and I need to come out here more because we be moving and grooving. Literally, we be having like 2-3 hour trips. And we be all over the place, all type of shows and everything. So we got a show tonight. I'm not performing, I'm going to go see a show. That's nice. You know what it was? That was so pretty. But we be moving and grooving over there. So with us moving and grooving, we need to get more content out there. So we're going to do a live part session. It's big changes in my life also, which is great. I have been doing a job since I was 17. I have been, I won't say training, but I guess training for that job since I was like 14. And I did it as a teenager, and I did it throughout my whole 20s, and I told myself I don't want to go into my 30s doing it. So that gets into the first thing I'm going to talk about for this part session. Bruh.
You do not.
Hey, how you doing? Golden Era, what's up? You do not have to listen to people that talk about, oh, it's a certain age to do this, to do that. Go have fun. I didn't do a lot of stuff as a child. And if you send a family and you actually check out the podcast, you know, like, I went to do this stuff as a child and it put me, like, in the box. And I didn't do stuff as a child, but as an adult, I be having a blast. Like, people be like, oh, you look so young, you're doing that. I don't look at this. None of that. I done been to Paris, Prague, Chile, and I did that all through the service. I did that, but I actually got to enjoy it. I was a cook on a private plane with people that was way more talented than I was, like, no lie, right? But don't be letting people tell you, like, you too, can y'all hear? Like, can y'all hear good? But, yeah, don't be letting people tell y'all, like, you too old to be doing something or anything like that. Like, that's just not the case. To the 21 people that hopped in and hopped out, what's up? To the chicks that stayed, hello? But yeah, we just moving, grooving, live part session. I'm I'm gonna try to get on here. I try to get on here and do it more. Shout out to the 1,000 followers, over 1,000 followers. I definitely didn't pop it like I should have for those followers. But like I said, it was busy. So getting back to what I was saying, like I did it throughout like a teenager, and then I did it throughout my whole 20s. And I was like, I didn't want to do it in my 30s. And it's crazy because, you know, most people stay in and they retire, but, excuse me, I started telling myself, like, why retire? Like, I don't really, you know, like, you could be living life and you don't necessarily, like, want to retire. You get enough of doing what you're told. I got enough of doing what I was told. The career field that I was in was going in a direction that I felt like would be detrimental to me in the long run. So even though I only had 9-10 more years left, I was like, no, I don't want to do it no more. Hey, and that's where we at. So like I said, don't let people tell you that you have to stay in something or it's the age limit on anything. Cause like I said earlier, I done did so much stuff. I done traveled the world. And one thing that I have learned, like people say, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So once I've been to these other countries, like I said, Prague, freaking Paris, once you go to these other places, you cannot unsee these other places. And most people don't get to experience these places on somebody else's dime. And Hawaii, like it's not even to be bragging, it's to be like, yo, mindset switches and you learn that people just be talking. You know, people just be talking, and a lot of people that do be talking haven't experienced anything. But you would put yourself in the box, letting people tell you, oh, be doing that, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. No, like, I feel like it's interfering with, like, but yeah, like, people be like, you're too old to be doing this, you're too old to be doing that. Don't be listening. Like, one thing I always say, we was born with free will, so I be like lost when, because humans at the end of the day be bored, so I be lost when people be like, oh, you should do this, or you let a human being tell you how you should live your life or what you should do. Like, nah, don't do that. And if you do want to stay, because we need people to do it there, if you do want to stay and continue to the path that you already set for yourself, that's fine too. Like, I had to learn, like, you need people, everybody plays their part, so you need people that want to be normal. Extraordinary at being normal, though. Like, I don't mean it as nothing crazy. Like, extraordinary at being normal. That's another thing, and that's the second part, like, that's another thing that kind of holds me back when I be doing this stuff, because it's like, I never cared to be seen. And when I did get seen, it's like, stay away, don't see me, I'm just playing. But, you know, you want to do different things with your life.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where, like, you kind of got to put yourself out there
and be seen in order to go some of the places that I want to go. You know, like, because I've been all these different places, I've seen all these things around the world, and now you want your family to see it.
You want your family to see it. And you, like I said, you learn the game on how this stuff works. But yeah, so I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna go live on YouTube a whole lot more. So to everybody that's popping in and popping out, shout out, like and share the live. Even if you don't stay no longer than 5 seconds, like, share the live. Like I said, from what I can see, the highest that we hit was 21 views. So shout out to y'all. That was the highest count I have had on live ever. So shout out to y'all, even popping out and coming in. I'm gonna try to go live at the event tonight, and then tomorrow we got a pride event. We have a pride event tomorrow, and I would like to interview people at the pride event. I gotta see how that goes. If I will be able to interview. At the last pride event, I interviewed one person, and I didn't have mics. But now I got 2 set of mics. My photographer, which is also my lady, my baby, she has mics, and she's actually volunteering at the event that we're going to be at tomorrow. But I do want to show y'all, because people think that, sometimes people meet people in their chapter 20 and 30, and they don't realize the grind they just put in, but we really be on the move. Yeah, we really be on the move. So I want to tell you, like, we got a 3-hour drive that we're making, and then we go come kick it, we go come to the show, have a good time, and then we're gonna make a 3-hour drive back. And it's just showing, it's just showing up for your people. We're gonna kick it, have a good time, then we're gonna make a 3-hour drive back. We're gonna kick it at the place tomorrow, and then we'll be back, making another 3-hour drive to kick it and chill. But I'm not complaining. I don't regret it. Showing up for your people, man. I'd rather be moving than to sit stagnant. That it's definitely been a transition. Like I said, I've been working. I was in Korea at the age of 18. I turned 19 over there. And like I said, the military definitely teaches you a little bit different. I thought I'd stay in forever, make it a career, which I did make it a career, but I didn't retire in it. And I don't regret it. It's so much more freedom that you have to move that the way you want to move. And the biggest part about me walking away from a job that tells you what to do, what kind of puts you inside a main box, it kind of started warping the way that you think and the way that you do stuff. You feel that you only have the ability to be creative outside of peak hours, or you have the ability to be creative when you're on the weekend, or you got a party on the weekend and you only work at like a random Tuesday. I think a random Tuesday we were doing something. But now your mind just opened up. Your mind just opened up. So overthinking and understanding will be all over the place. We're looking for sponsors. I don't care how big or small your budget is. We're working with almost anybody. We will sponsor you on the episode. Shout out your product page or whatever. Hey, hit the email. I think it's overthinking understanding podcast at gmail.com. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna get it in there. My director hasn't text back, so he might be busy. But like I said, shout out to everybody that's jumping in and out. We just riding, talking, and I do. Like I said, we be on the move so much that I be like, it's just a waste of not being able to get the content in. Hey, pretty lady, it's just a waste of not being able to get the content in. So, like I said, I shout out to everybody that jumped in and out. We hit 21 viewers, and that was the first time we hit 21 views. So shout out to y'all and all the ones and students that jumping in and out. Thank y'all. Like I say, share this live, and I'ma definitely go live more often. Like I said, I want to get into Twitch. I definitely want to get into Twitch, and like I was saying earlier, I like going live because the editing. I got so much lazy with like editing, chopping it up, doing scripts and everything. But like I said, that's another reason that I stepped away from the previous career field that I was doing. You know, kind of like bet it all on yourself. That's another thing. Like, I think if you're not doing nothing, you don't really have a plan on what you want to do, definitely go to prison. Because if you drink the Kool-Aid, it's instructive. It's definitely a way for you to get busy. But I can say, like, when I joined the service, I didn't know or didn't think I would be what I am today. I kind of just joined. My parents were big on saying, like, you going to school or you joining the service. So they always told us, like, we're going to do something, basically. Now, I'm never forced, but it's like you're going to do something with your life. So I'm going into the service, and like I say, I did ROTC for 4 years. You know, ROTC is a totally different structure. I was like a squad leader. I was the first one, and then I was gonna be the second battalion female commander. We ain't gonna move it or whatever. But it just kind of gave me a thought process.